I'm sure Matika came out of some inspiration that knocked. What was it?
ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं था. I actually still wonder Matika हुआ कैसे. You know, there is so much of incidental learning happening when we are army wives. So my husband was posted in Delhi and I was involved in getting a summer camp done. तो हमने उधर एक कुम्हार को बुलाया था और वो बच्चों से घड़े बनवाने थे. तो मिट्टी बच गई थी उसकी. And my aunt was there with me who used to make jewelry out of quilling. तो उन्होंने कहा इसका मिट्टी का कुछ करते हैं. तो आई यूज टू सिट डाउन एंड आई मेड वो कुम्हार से मिट्टी ले आए थे तो मैंने बीड्स बनाए और टूथपिक से उसमें गड्ढा किया, उसको मिट्टी में धूप में सुखा दिया उस मिट्टी को. एंड द नेक्स्ट डे वी हैड टू गो समवेयर. दैट्स अनदर थिंग. वी हैव सो मेनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज टू शोकेस व्हाट वी आर डूइंग, आवर साड़ीज एंड एवरीथिंग. द अपॉर्चुनिटी दैट वी गेट इन आवर लाइफ्स इज ट्रेमेंडस. सो आई वोर इतने मोटे मोटे भारी भारी धूप में सूखे हुए बीड्स. आई पेंटेड देम गोल्डन एंड आई वोर इट. 4-5 people came and told me ये तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. I said अच्छा, not bad. तो then I went and I told my auntie कि ये तो सब बहुत तारीफ कर रहे थे, and you really don't know कौन कब सच बोल रहा है कब झूठ बोल रहा है, but जब कोई तारीफ करता है I believe that वो सच बोल रहा है. So then I requested the कुम्हार कि मुझे थोड़ी और मिट्टी दे दो. तो उसने बाल्टी भर के 200 रुपए की मिट्टी भेज दी. And my mother was there during that time with us and she was shocked. She said तुम मिट्टी 200 रुपए की तुम मिट्टी लाए हो, मतलब इतने रईस हो दैट यू आर बाइंग मिट्टी. Then and she used to keep ताना मारोइंग मी ना, मिट्टी तो तुम खरीद लेते हो, तुम्हारे पास तो बहुत पैसे. Then I said I must do something out of the मिट्टी. So then what I did was then I took चकला बेलन. मैंने ऐसे पता नहीं क्या किया, कुछ पहना, धूप में सुखाया और उसको जो बहुत साल पहले बच्चों के पेंट्स पड़े थे उसको पेंट किया. और एक मेरे पास काली स्ट्रिंग होती थी, उसी स्ट्रिंग में उस पेंडेंट को लटकाया. इवनिंग वी हैड टू गो समवेयर एंड आई वोर इट एंड वेंट. एवरीबडी केम एंड सेड मिसेस बालन दिस इज सो प्रिटी, मीनाक्षी दिस इज सो प्रिटी. मैं हैरान, मैंने कहा अच्छा ये वाकई इतने सुंदर है. तो आई वॉज वेरी हैप्पी. And then what happened that something happened and the water fell on my pendant and I was wearing a Kanjivaram sari. तो वो 200 रुपए की मिट्टी, वो तो बेचारी पकी नहीं थी तो वो बह गई. तो अलॉन्ग विद 200 रुपए की मिट्टी, अब मेरी मम्मी का ताना ये था कि 200 रुपए की मिट्टी तो तुमने बर्बाद की ही की, अब तुमने अपनी सारी भी बर्बाद कर ली और तुम ड्राई क्लीनिंग में और 500 रुपए लगाने वाली हो. तो आई वॉज पेट्रिफाइड. आई सेड नाउ व्हाट टू डू. So then since I got so much of praise, I said now let me evolve. Evolve. So then what I did, I baked it in my OTG. The next lot, वो 200 रुपए की मिट्टी पड़ी थी जो मुझे ख़त्म भी करनी थी. I had to absolve myself of the guilt of buying मिट्टी for 200 रुपए. So then I put it into my OTG. And my sister-in-law teaches in APS. तो उसने कहा मीनाक्षी तो बहुत सुंदर लग रहा है, मैं भी पहन के जाऊँगी. तो उसी डोरी के साथ, वो जो एक काली डोरी थी वो भी स्कूल पहन के गई. And school बहुत ही बढ़िया जगह. You wear one thing and 5 more people want it. So she came, my sister-in-law came and she said, Meenu, all the teachers want to buy it. तो my mother said, चलो तुम कुछ तो ढंग का करो इस मिट्टी का. तो then my mother and I went to Chandni Chowk. Then we got dories for it and I baked it in my OTG because I'd learnt my lesson. एंड आई बॉट स्ट्रिंग्स एंड वो चांदनी चौक वाले ने कहा मैडम होलसेल में ले जाओ. मैंने कहा नहीं, मुझे सिर्फ 12 चाहिए. तो मैंने 12 स्ट्रिंग्स ली और टीचर्स आई मेरे पास और वो सारे ले गई. मतलब मैंने जितने पेंडेंट्स बनाए थे, आई थिंक हर चीज़ का एक समय होता है ना. उस टाइम मेरे ग्रह नक्षत्र बहुत अच्छे थे, वो सारे ले गए. बट उन्होंने क्या किया, उन्होंने पेंडेंट को रखा, ऊपर अपनी करेक्शंस वाली बुक्स रख दी. तो वो पेंडेंट्स हो गए चकनाचूर. देन आई रियलाइज दैट आई नीड to pack it. Then I realized that I need to get more strings and slowly I evolved. मैं मिट्टी लेने गई एक पॉटर से, तो उसने कहा बनाती क्या है, आपको मिट्टी किस चीज़ के लिए चाहिए. तो मैंने कहा मैं ज्वेलरी बनाती हूँ. तो उन्होंने कहा आप इतनी अच्छी ज्वेलरी बनाते हो और आप उसको घर में पका के उसको बर्बाद कर देते हो बिकॉज द स्ट्रेंथ वाज नॉट देयर. सो देन एंड ही इज़ अ नेशनल विनिंग अवार्ड आर्टिसन. तो ही सेड आप मेरे से बेक कराइए. सो दैट टुक द ज्वेलरी टू नेक्स्ट लेवल. सो नाउ इट इज़ एब्सोल्युटली स्ट्रॉन्ग. आई कैन कुरियर इट एनीवेयर. यू स्टिल हैव टू हैंडल इट विथ केयर बट दे मच मोर ब्यूटिफुल because of the finish.
It's sturdy enough.
Yeah, and then he told me आप इतना अच्छा कर रहे हो and where do you sell your stuff? So he said you start holding exhibitions. Then I said मेरे पास to put up stalls everywhere they tell you to pay a lot of money. Yes. Then he said you get an artisan card made. Then I got an artisan card made.
What is an artisan card?
Artisan card is you're an artist with the government of India.
Okay.
So now then if I want to put a stall in the Delhi Heart, then I get the stall at a very reasonable rate, because
so it's a very easy process.
very simple, very simple. If you're doing your art yourself, you go to the Development Commissioner of Handicraft, you give a demo.
Okay.
And the only thing is that your Aadhaar card has to be of the state from where you get the artisan card made.
Okay.
So since we were in Delhi, so I got the address changed in Aadhaar, then I got an artisan card made, and that makes you feel very good, and it gives you a lot of confidence.
And it gives you so much of exposure.
Absolutely. I think I'm lazy now. I must take it up more seriously, because when you go to places like Trade Fair or Delhi Heart, you have to have stock for 11 days. So that is a lot of work, because I do everything myself.
Okay.
So that takes a toll on your eyes. Otherwise, it's like an addiction. And since I work from my dining table, that's another big problem, because every time to put up your stuff, then take it out all again. But it's fun. So it's a passion.
It grows on you. Any passion grows on
so you really don't mind sitting the whole night and doing it.
So what are all the exhibitions that you've been a part of, Mrs. Balan?
I have, basically I go wherever I get an opportunity to put up a stall. I generally share with another lady who's an entrepreneur too. Maybe she bakes or she paints or whatever she does, so that, the overheads are less. So I have been to a lot of places. I've been to the British school, the American school. I have been to a mall in Saket. I don't remember the name. Again, that was an AVA venture. All the ladies who were entrepreneurs were given stalls for 2 days for Vijay Divas. So wherever I get an opportunity, however big or small I go, and this year I hope I am able to put up a stall in Delhi Heart during Diwali.
Wow.
That's a big challenge, because it's a lot of stuff that you need to keep.
So the name Mrs. Balan is so interesting, Matika. ये कैसे आपके ज़हन में आया?
All of us, we had one AC with us, and we were all packed in the same room. My daughter, my mother, and my husband and I. And my daughter, my younger one, used to laugh कि मम्मी आप इतना बनाते हो, खरीदेगा कौन? I said उसकी तुम चिंता मत करो. She often used to say हम सब ठेला लेके जाएंगे, and 10 के 2 या 10 का 1 बेच के आएंगे. तो that time I said कि नाम एक अच्छा होना चाहिए, so that so that time Ramesh said कि international appeal होना चाहिए नाम का. So I said Matiqa, because मिट्टी का बना हुआ है, so we बहुत सारे हमने नाम सोचे. अभी मैं भूल भी गई, because I'm so used to saying Matika. तो फिर हमने कहा Matika नाम रखेंगे. तो he said Matika, MATIQUA मत रखना, let it have a very international appeal. पता नहीं क्या मुहूर्त था, घी शक्कर उस दिन उनके मुंह में. So we named it Matika, MATIQA. And I have sent to so many people abroad. It's just that I don't often tell people, but a lot of people abroad have taken it, and I'm sure one of these days I'll put up a stall somewhere abroad. Now that I'm an artisan, and I hope I take this seriously and go and put up a stall. And let me sell all over the world. I'll be very happy.
So
I just wanted to show you this, so that the people who are seeing this show know what I'm making. These are totally handmade. Everything in it is single-handedly made.
Made by you.
So I go to the Kumar, and I'm actually very grateful to him also for telling me the next level of how to improve my product.
So Mrs. Balan, they're absolutely delightful to look at.
Yeah, even I love them.
I want to know, are you planning to give an extension to Matika by making some other products?
I would love to do that, but I have to find an audience who are ready to pay for the hard work that I do. When I go and put up an exhibition, the amount of questions they ask me, ये इस पे पानी लगेगा तो क्या होगा, इसको हम नीचे गिराएंगे तो क्या होगा. It is after all a piece of potter's clay which is baked. So जब हम घड़ा लेते हैं तो उसका एक लाइफ स्पैन होता है. इसको जब तक हम संभाल के रखेंगे, it will last you a lifetime. But then at least the people whom I have come across have a lot of doubts about spending money on handicrafts. They don't realize that it takes me immense patience, effort and time. Exactly. So like if I want to make a fridge magnet, and if I say that it is for 500 rupees, they would say हम ये क्यों ले? They don't realize कि plastic की चीज़ after all it is assembly production. एक पूरा बनाते हैं एक ही type का. इसमें every piece is different. And if I have to make something similar, I find it very difficult. I have to keep the piece in front of me and then make it. So I would love to venture out when my audience grows. So far so good.
On FB, you are Matika by Meenakshi, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. And on Instagram also.
Okay.
Though I'm very sad with social media, but I'm not savvy, but I'm learning. I'm sure, after this, I'm feeling the social pressure that I better do a good job. And I feel that it was, you feel it was worth calling me over for the interview.
Absolutely, Mrs. Balan. It is. I want to know that your designs are unique. You try to be unique in your designs. They are pocket friendly at the end of the day. How do you come up with the designs? You think about
just
it,
happens.
or it is just automatic?
No, when you're doing something, many people keep telling me, try something new, try something new. But the clay has its own limitation. So you can't try too many things. Like I try something new, you will not believe. On certain days, the whole lot that has gone for baking bursts. So you have to be very particular about what you're designing and how you're designing. And I don't have a background of pottery as such. So it just happens, and there are a few favorite designs which I keep repeating, and they're also favorite because people tend to buy that more. So that, I also look ki itna sara bana rahe hain, so I also need it to go to different people. So that is why, it just happens. And whatever I like and I enjoy the most, I make that.
Have people approached you to be taught this skill?
I have had workshops. I've held workshops. Wow. And again, what happens, आज बनाया, उसके बाद potter अपना time लेता है. So it's not very easy for me to hold workshops because I have to tell them to make, then I have to go to the potter, he has to bake it and he has to give it back. So that is a challenge that I have. Despite that, many ladies come learn and then they bake it in the OTG like I used to do once upon a time.
Okay.
And then they do it just for fun. And they think it is very easy. Many people think कि हम बनाएंगे, हम खुद पहनेंगे, तो it will be so much more reasonable. But it's a lot of patience because painting takes you hours and hours together because it's very fine work.
Is it a special color that you're using?
I use acrylic colors.
Acrylic
colors, yeah.
Okay, and the rest of the stuff you go to Chandni Chowk and then
the dories and these dories and these little loops that I put, and in the earrings, if you see, these little hooks are there. These are all from Chandni Chowk. And paints are all from any good market that you want to go. But if you want, I have a shop who gives me all the colors that I want.
So how has the entrepreneurial journey been for you?
Oh, lots of fun. For me, it was more of passion. It was not from the point of making a lot of profit. It turned out like this. I didn't intend it to be like this, but now I think I should just take it one step ahead.
So, but now it's a commercial venture for you. You plan to have your own website?
I should have my website. For that, maybe I should soon have a website. I should learn more about it before and you know what, like I tried online selling also. Then what happens is your product has to be ready. And the person who orders want it to be sent right the next day. And sometimes that doesn't work out. And then wo passion ka thoda sa tension ho jata hai. So that is why I don't go on to online websites, because wo fir thoda sa they create jaldi karo, bhejo.
At your own pace?
Absolutely.
In your own time?
It's absolutely for pleasure.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe when my husband retires, I will teach a few girls. And what happens is, where do I do it? And I don't earn so much that I hire a place and then hire people, because this is very seasonal. During Diwali, the sales are fantastic. Raksha Bandhan, the Rakhis are super hit.
Okay.
Rakhis this time,
Rakhis as well.
Oh yes, and I think Rakhis are very beautiful because it's something very, very different. It's not like your Chinese Rakhis or the plastic Rakhis, but Rakhis are the ones which are really appreciated. So Raksha Bandhan, again then New Year's, Karwa Chauth, so it's pretty seasonal, and जो एक बार लेता है वो बार बार आता है. तो I'm
basically it's word of mouth as well as people coming back to you again.
Yeah.
As
And it's very reasonable, so it's a very good. Your Diwali mithai is more expensive than a set of Matika. So and mithai is distributed amongst others because nobody eats meetha these days. So that way, I think for gifting and all, it's a brilliant idea.
Absolutely, Ms. Balan. Ms. Balan, I feel that there are so many ladies who I have met and spoken to. They all have an idea, but they are so hesitant in taking the first step. and making what they are thinking in their mind a reality, to be an entrepreneur. What is the message that you would want to give them? Because you are somebody who has, turned your thought into a reality.
One step at a time. You fall down, you get up again. It may not always succeed, but you would have at least tried it. You may come up with a better idea, and there is so much to do in life, and there is an audience for everything. There's buyer for every product, at every range. So you have to try it before you decide whether you want to go ahead with it or not. So just take the first step.
So at least try.
Absolutely. Try, fail. It's okay. If you don't fall, how will you get up? If you don't fail, how will you succeed? So please try. That is all I'll say. I never thought I will reach where I have reached. I just did it for fun. And I still remember I was given 7,000, not given, I had taken 7,000 rupees from my husband, and I could return it back to him within 6 months. And my daughter, who was studying economics, said that my business model is good. I don't make loads and loads of money, but that's okay. But I sustain what I'm doing. And sometimes we army wives are financially secure. So we are in a position to be able to take risks, and that little happiness that you get out of doing what you're doing and people appreciating it is only to be felt. I can't tell you, or Arthi can't. Yeah, I can't quantify. And what I do, like so many times my daughter say, "Aap ek din hame mitti khilaoge," because I love it so much. So if you love something, I am sure you will find the ways and means of taking it forward. So just go ahead and do it. Don't think, and don't ask for opinions from anybody. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Balan. That was such a wonderful message. I would again like to thank you for being on today's episode of How's the Josh. And aapke jaisa josh or smile, I hope it just transcends into me as well. And thank you once again for your time.
Arthi, you've made me feel so happy by being a part of your show. I am extremely grateful to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Balan.
Thank you.
This was all in today's episode with me, Arthi, on How's the Josh. And we are going to keep this Josh going on very high in the next episode when we meet another interesting personality, a Fauji personality. Till then, thank you.